Joe Ingles, a former Jazz player for the Utah team, wants to sell his Salt Lake City home to someone else. He can now afford $3.5 million for the property and doesn't need this awesome old home in Salt Lake City. Since he was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, Joe no longer needs it anymore. Luckily for you, TTP member, we've prepared everything you need to know about Australia's basketball star, Joe Ingles, and his Salt Lake City home for $3.5 million. Let us see what's special about this home and get to know the ex-Utah Jazz star as well. Former Utah Jazz player Joe Ingles is trying to sell his mansion at the current asking price of $3.5 million. Now that he's been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, Michelle no longer needs a Salt Lake City residence. Ingles bought the house for an undisclosed but significant amount of money in 2020. The property was listed for $1,699,000 before he made the purchase. Serene and luxurious, this gorgeous mansion is perfect for professional basketball players during the off-season. This home boasts a Utah Jazz sport court that's ideal to use when you are working on your shot. The two-story Cape Cod-style, yet dated home was built in 1986. The building has had some minor renovations over the decades, from a new front door to updates to the deck and the original stairs. The spacious common area offers 6 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms in a bright, light layout for entertaining areas for casual and formal gatherings. A white kitchen with a center island opens to a family room with a fireplace and French doors. This is a new home with many creature comforts for families that are looking for quality living. One of the rooms has a vaulted ceiling with a chandelier hanging from it. The living room, formal dining room, and formal entrance features scrolling patterns on the floor. What makes the primary suite great is the private office, luxe bath, and walk-in closet. There are also 2 kitchens and a lounge area on the lower level. The half-acre grounds include a pergola-covered patio, manicured lawn, and garden beds. The home is located in the St. Mary's neighborhood, which is just 20 minutes from Vivint area, home of the Utah Jazz. If you are wondering who and how Joe Ingles made it to the court, here's how. Joseph Joe Ingles, born October 2, 1987, is an Australian professional basketball player for the Utah Jazz of the National Basketball Association, or NBA. He also represents the Australian national team. He primarily plays at the small forward and shooting guard positions. Born in the Adelaide suburb of Happy Valley, Ingles began playing basketball at a young age. He attended both Lake Ginninderra College and the Australian Institute of Sport, or AIS, with future Boomers teammate Brad Newley. Ingles played basketball for AIS in 2005 and 2006. Along with basketball, Ingles also played Australian rules football and cricket before deciding to focus on only one sport. Ingles was a highly sought-after basketball player in 2006 when he came out of the AIS and played for the Adelaide 36ers. But an incongruent offer and lack of passion on the part of the team made him decide to leave. Ingles explained that the minimum wage at the time was $20,000 or $22,000 with 2 season tickets included. That's not what he wanted. It wasn't what he felt he would earn if you matched his potential in that time. The 36ers have had numerous contracts to consider, from which one will provide the minimum salary required. A few of these offers also include performance incentives. Although at first, Ingles' contract arrived misspelled, and after reading the small print, he decided not to sign with the 36ers as his family did not like the contract. On March 17, 2006, Ingles signed a multi-year deal with the South Dragons of the National Basketball League and became the first person to make that move. In their debut game, he scored 29 points on 11 of 15 shooting from the field, making him Australian all-time leading scorer for debut, and was honored with Rookie of the Year. In 34 games in 2006 to 2007, he averaged 15.3 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. In 2007 to 2008, Ingles averaged 15.4 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game with the Dragons. In 2008 to 2009, Ingles led the Rochester Dragons to their first playoff appearance while earning a spot on the NBL's All-Star third team. After winning the championship, the Rochester Hornets folded due to financial difficulties. In 38 games for Rochester in 2008 to 2009, Ingles averaged 13.1 points and 4.1 rebounds per game. Ingles made his Olympic debut for Australia during the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics. In Australia's final match, a 116-85 loss to the United States, Ingles played the entire last quarter of the game and scored 11 points on 100% shooting from the field. He also recorded 2 rebounds and 1 assist. Ingles signed with Spanish club Granada in July 2009 and then transferred to FC Barcelona in November 2010, signing with the team for 3 years. In Ingles' first game with the club, he recorded 10 points and 2 steals in a loss against Caja Laboral. In June 2013, Ingles announced that he would not renew his contract with Barcelona for next season. Ingles played well for Australia at the FIBA World Championship 2010, the London Olympics 2012, and FIBA Basketball World Cup 2014. He was the second highest scorer for the Boomers after Patty Mills. In 6 games, Ingles averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game during each event. On 24th July 2013, Ingles signed with Israeli club Maccabi Tel Aviv. As he was led by head coach David Blatt, Ingles and Maccabi went on to win the 2013 to 2014 EuroLeague Championship. After the NBA preseason, Ingles was signed by the Utah Jazz on 27th of October 2014 and made his debut 24 hours later. He only played for 4 minutes on November 2 against the Houston Rockets. However, he made his first career three-point attempt in a loss to the Dallas Mavericks on November 3. On March 23, 2015, Ingles scored a season high of 18 points in a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. With season-high 14 points and a career-high 6 steals on July 10, 2015, Ingles re-signed with the Jazz to a multi-year contract. On December 26, 2015, he scored a season-high 14 points in a loss to the Los Angeles Clippers. On March 17, 2016, he topped that with 15 points and career-high 6 steals in a 103-69 win over the Phoenix Suns. On November 14, 2016, Ingles scored a career-high 20 points off of the bench in an 82-102 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. On December 8 of that year, he set a new career high by scoring 21 points with 5 triples on 10-by-15-by-16 when Utah was down 106-99 against the Golden State Warriors. In Game 4 of the Jazz's first-round playoff series against the Los Angeles Clippers on April 23, 2017, he recorded a career-high 11 assists. In 2016 to 2017, he shot 39% from 3 and successfully followed up on 193 pointers, with his best percentage since Kyle Korver set an NBA record in 2009 to 2010. He became only the second player in franchise history to make at least 39% of his threes while connecting 200 or more shots with it. In 2016, Ingles married Renee Ingles. The couple had twins in the summer of 2016, and both children were diagnosed with autism. With Jacob now being an advocate for autism awareness, Ingles is a good friend of former Hawk Jerry Droghead and supports the Hawthorne Football Club during their AFL games. On July 25th of 2017, Ingles re-signed with the Jazz for multiple years. Coming off the bench for the first time ever on January 19, 2018 versus NY Knicks, Ingles scored a career-high 21 points. In a 125-113 win over LA Clips on January 20, 2018, Ingles scored a career high and reached a 20-point milestone for the third time in his career. On February 24, 2018, in the 97-90 win over the Dallas Mavericks, Ingles played in his 200th straight game for the Jazz and finished with 12 points and 8 assists. He recorded his 150th three-pointer of the season during the game, trailing only Randy Foye and Rodney Hood for most three-pointers in a single season for a Jazz player. On February 24, 2018, Ingles played in his 200th straight game for the Jazz and finished with 12 points, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. He recorded his 150th three-pointer of the season during the game and trails only Randy Foye and Rodney Hood in three-pointers in a single season for a Jazz player. On March 7, 2018, he recorded the first double-double of his NBA career with 11 points and 10 assists in a 104-84 win over the Indiana Pacers. On March 17, 2018, he recorded 14 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds in a 103-97 win over the Sacramento Kings. After hitting 3 three-pointers, Ingles collected 179 three-pointers this season to break the Jazz record set by Foye. The Jazz went on to win the series in 6 games. In Game 2 of the Jazz's second-round series against the Houston Rockets, Ingles scored a career-high 27 points with a career-best 7 threes and helped Utah tie the series at 1-1. On October 19th, Ingles scored 27 points with 7 three-point baskets in a 124-123 loss to the Golden State Warriors. On November 2nd, he scored 19 points and became the 7th Jazz player with 503-point baskets in a 110-100 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. On November 9th, he matched his career high of 27 points, but also surpassed it with a 7-assist game to help the Jazz beat the Boston Celtics at 123-115. His 5 three-pointers helped him eclipse Deron Williams for 4th on the Utah career three-pointer list. Ingles made his 530th three-pointer, tying Darrell Griffith for 4th on the Utah career three-pointer list. On February 6, Ingles had a career-high 11 assists in a 116-88 win over the Phoenix Suns. On March 4, he matched his with 11 assists in a 115-112 loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. On March 27, he recorded a career-high 14 assists to go with 11 points and 9 rebounds in a 115-100 win over the Lakers. On April 3, he tied a career high with 27 points on 6 three-pointers in a 118-97 win over the Suns. On October 21, 2019, Ingles agreed to a 1-year, $14 million extension with the Jazz. In July, the Milwaukee Bucks signed a 1-year, $6.5 million contract with Joe Ingles. That's it for this video, TTP member. Remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you feel like we delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person, as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon.